Hello, hello, hello. This is Andy over at the Facebook Live TV show. Sorry for the little bit of delay here. Had a few technical difficulties getting started, but we are on, and mostly mine. Mostly my problem. That's the one thing that we have to remember as we are going live on Facebook. There's a few things you have to make sure that you have all set up and ready to go, especially when you're using a program. And again, this is Facebook Live TV show. This is where we discuss how to present your own Facebook Live TV show. And I begin to talk about some of the tools and resources, third-party applications, cameras, all the different kinds of things that you may find interesting in regard to how you're going to produce your own live TV show. So back to the explanation, just because, and I'm using a green screen here if you can't tell. I have a green screen behind me, which is giving me the gray wood background. I'm using a tool called Mimo Live. There's been also a couple questions in another group that I'm a part of called the Be Livers, and where else have I seen it? There's other questions that come up, I think, in one of our mastermind groups about lighting and using a green screen and those types of things. And gosh, there were some other particulars. The camera, how sometimes it can look like it's out of focus or grainy on a Facebook Live, whether it's the internet speed and that kind of stuff. And so one of the things you got to remember is that, and let me see if I can replicate what was going on here, is that sometimes the color of the shirt you're wearing will change the way your green screen looked on a previous broadcast. So you have to remember, it really depends on how you're set up. And the way I'm set up, I have windows that are off here to my right that provide some lighting. I got another light that hangs from the ceiling that's up here, and sometimes I turn that on and turn that off. So you can see as I raise my hand and block out stuff. Hold on one second. You can see as I raise my hand. Block out. Oh, hold on. Hold on one second. Oh, hold on. Hold on one second. One second. I'll be right back with you. And stuff like that. We have another computer on that I actually use to schedule the Be Live. So you are seeing it all, right? You are seeing it all here from the Zero to Hero Schools studios here in Brea, California. So it's part of my point, is what I'm going to be talking about right now, is that you have the green screen. So when I was yesterday broadcasting, actually might have been the day before yesterday, I had a black shirt on. And the lighting, it was set up slightly differently, and the settings were slightly different because I had a black shirt on, and there was a need to change the way that the lighting was being viewed. And I was using something called the Logitech camera settings. I use that including in addition to the settings that you have in your Mimo Live for the green screen. And it's really simply because things change. So if I were to just open up this Logitech, and you can't see it on the screen because I'm not sharing my screen, that if I just change the brightness, watch what happens to everything. See how now you begin to see the green screen? It's because I'm changing the brightness in the settings of the Logitech camera. And some of that was based on me having this white shirt on. So with the white shirt on, it caused me or forced me to make it different, to change the settings a little bit. And so when I went to go live for this particular broadcast, luckily I checked, or actually I saw as I was connecting my camera to BeLive.tv, I saw that I had this kind of situation going on right about here. You see that little hue of green, which is right over here to my right. And that was because, I think mostly because of, well, probably some because of my shirt, but also because of the time of day. When I did the shoot on Saturday, I think it was, from this particular spot, I think there was a different time of day, so the lighting coming through the windows was slightly different. So don't just automatically think that your settings that you had from a previous show are going to work for this show, because it could be that your shirt is slightly different, the lighting is somehow different, time of day, a lot of things will be a factor in how your picture will look. So let me make that change back so it doesn't look so wacky. So this is in the brightness, and I'm using the Logitech camera settings. If you happen to be watching from the Be Livers and you're one of the people that were asking about that, that's what I'm talking about, that sometimes you have backlighting. And that was the issue on one of the questions somebody had, in that they were asking, why is the picture, or why is the video look grainy and look kind of funky? And yes, sometimes it is the internet connection. I'm connected by wire directly into my modem. I'm not counting on Wi-Fi being perfect because just internet alone is unpredictable. Now, on top of that, if you're asking for Wi-Fi to be perfect, you're asking for a miracle. Also remembering that you have probably other things in your home that are connected to Wi-Fi and using it. Now that you have things like the Echo and the Dot, which I have 2 in my house. I have a refrigerator that's connected to the internet. I got 3 Apple TVs that may or may not be on from one point to the next. They may be updating. My television is connected to the internet. I have 2 televisions connected to the internet. I obviously have another computer that's connected to the internet. And you see the Wi-Fi, it just, even good Wi-Fi will struggle in your normal home. If you're in a building where there's other businesses beside you using the same company as you're using, that will drag down your Wi-Fi just a little bit. So being connected to the internet through the modem is best. All right. Let me just check to make sure. There was one other thing that came up as it was going live. And sorry, I had to run off camera there to turn off my sound. But again, I had scheduled the Be Live on another computer, which obviously is running. It's running around. What I did is I hit the mute button on my keyboard and muted it out. So essentially what this is about was not about all that other stuff, but that's all kind of the things that came up as I was getting ready to go. But what I wanted to show you and make sure that you were aware of that there's so many things that you can do with your replay after you've gone live. Now, some things you can do while before it goes live. So if you're scheduling using Be Live TV or actually even scheduling through the Facebook page, you may be able to make some changes. But some of these things you can't do until after the broadcast. So I'm going to make the screen slightly bigger. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm using Mimo Live to share my screen. I tried to share my screen with Be Live the other day, but based on what it is that I wanted to do, it didn't work out really well. And it's not necessarily a Be Live thing; it's an Andy thing, because I wanted to completely just show the screen and not anything to do with me, and wanted to make sure that it looked good. Oh, I didn't connect the window here. Which window am I connected to? Hold on. Let's make sure that it's connected. Facebook, Google Chrome, Mastermind Retreat. There we go. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. And this is a post that I created to point out a couple things that you need to be aware of. So if I, hold on. Wrong Facebook page. There we go. So let me just try and make this a little bit bigger. There we go. All right. All right. Come on, work with me, computer. It's completely frozen up here. Hold on. I'll get it working for you. There we go. So what you see here, see how I have a different thumbnail. I don't like this view because now it's causing it to do that instead. All right, let me go back to what I was originally going to do. And just bear with me here as I get things worked out. Come on, work with me. There we go. All right, so here is the post. All right, so what you see on the screen is a actual post in the Mastermind Retreat, where if you're not a member of a Mastermind group, that you really want to be a part of the Masters, which we go on these Mastermind Retreats. But this is my actual post. I took a picture, and what I did on a Facebook replay, I changed the thumbnail to reflect more of what I was going to be talking about in that particular broadcast. And so if you want to bring more attention other than, how it normally stops on one of those funky faces that you make, like where you're kind of like looking off to the left or your eyes are closed and your mouth is wide open. Instead of that, you have about 10 choices you can make in the actual replay, or you can upload a custom JPEG or PNG and use that as the thumbnail for even a replay. All right. So what I decided to do was use this graphic, which is called Facebook Group Goldmine. I got the URL too. So Facebook group goldmine.com eventually will become that name. But I was able to change it to reflect that those are my Facebook pages, and one public page leads to a group page, and I charge to go into that group page. And so I was able to use that graphic that I created, which has gold bars in the background, which makes it a little bit more interesting for people that are going, what is this all about? Facebook group Goldmine? Again, instead of a funky face that you would make or happen to land on one of those thumbnails that it creates or generates on its own, hopefully would land on something that you actually like. But instead, you can just create your own thumbnail and put it up there. The next thing on the right, it says see more of Facebook Live, and that option is there. So you have that on your replay so that people can see it. If they actually stop at your post, they see that there's actually more to see there on the Facebook Live. And this is now, I had shared this into the mastermind group. This broadcast originated from the Facebook Live TV show Facebook page. So you can see, even though this post is being shared somewhere else, there's a button where somebody could click on that says see more of Facebook Live TV. And it makes it a lot easier for people to find you, and it stands out. And then the left-hand side, you see where I have one of my products tagged, and that actually also comes from the Facebook Live TV show a page where I have some products that are in the product area on the left-hand side, on the left-hand margin. And you can tag any of those products that you have listed there on your Facebook page, and make sure you do that after your broadcast. So my suggestion to you is that you go to your replay, you click this down arrow over here, and a dialog box or a menu will drop down. And right here where it says edit post, you're going to go to edit post, and this is where you're going to make some of your changes as it begins to come up. Oh, see, now you can't make the changes. I've already made the changes, so it's not going to let me demonstrate it to you. Hold on. Let me go to another page here. I'm going to go to another post. It's going to ask me if I want to. Yeah, okay. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's take a look at something. Since we are on, I already clicked on it. All right, let's go to the Facebook Live TV show. I'm going to see, now that I am actually broadcasting live, if you can make any edits of significance. Let's check this out. I'm going to go back to my other screen here in a second to see if any of you are commenting as we're on here. That's the gate that goes into, okay, so here is the one that we're working on now. We'll hit the down arrow. We'll go to edit post. While we are live, if we get dropped, it's only because I'm experimenting for the sake of you guys. All right, so now this is where you can begin to make your changes. It's only because I'm experimenting for the sake of you guys. I can't mute from here. This is where you can begin to make your changes. I'm not going to talk much. I'm just looking for right now. For the sake of you guys. I can't mute from here. I'm not going to talk much. I'm just looking for right now. Okay, so I just didn't want to talk because it's a very annoying echo that you get there. And so, all right, let's get out of this. Let's see, where's my X? There we go. All right, I wanted to see, and this was good for, I guess, both of us, to see if you could actually make changes while you were live. That would be pretty cool too. All right, let's go to another page here. Another Facebook Live that I did. I know for sure I can go to, let's go to the Falco. Let's go to Falco Canine Academy. I'm going to be doing a live dog training Facebook Live in about 2 hours from a pet food company or store. It's a holistic type of place, and so you'll be able to see that. I'll be live on in the field. All right. So you may be asking, Andy, why didn't you have this set up before you started the broadcast? Well, because I want you to see how it all works. No, I probably should have. All right, I'm going to look for a Facebook Live that I did earlier. That's the one set up for 4:30. Try to catch it live. If not, I'll watch the replay. Nice. Gina, can't wait. Awesome. All right, come on. Give me more Facebook. See more. That's so funny that's it's doing this to me. All right, it doesn't want me to see more on that particular Facebook page. Why is that? I'm on the page. I'm on home. Hello, I want to see more. See all. Stand by. I'm not giving up. You guys may give up on me, but I'm not going to give up, dang it. We are not going to give up. Oh, Molly Mahoney must be live right now. I'm missing Molly Mahoney. Oh, no, that's a video that she did yesterday with her kids swimming. All right. So here we go. All right, stop scrolling. Now stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. There we go. All right, so you see that look where I'm kind of looking off to the right? Now you can change that if you did not know that. And so what we're going to do is click on the down arrow. Edit post. Oh, I already edited this one. Maybe it's going to give me that stinking window where I can't change anything. Yeah, oh, good. All right. So right here, you can see on the right-hand side, I'm going to do more training in the producers group, the private producers group. So if you want to know more about how you set your product up so that it can be a tagged product, you see right down here where it says tag products in your post. I'm going to show you how to do that. That's where that product comes in. So you tag your product. But here's where you can change the look, whatever look that's happening, and find one where maybe you're smiling. Again, your subject, that's one of the things I'm demonstrating. It's the inside of a cinder block. That might be actually interesting to what it is I'm discussing there. I'm talking about bed bug detection dog training. And so you're 10 choices. So you think out of those 10, you would get something that you really want. And that's not a good one. Again, that looks kind of weird. Looks like I'm grabbing the microphone. All right. That's not a horrible one, but it's hard to tell that I'm doing dog training there. Let's see if there's one with a dog that's a little bit more present. That would be good. Nope, there's me again, making a funky face. So you get these 10 choices. These are, again, just some of the things that you can change after. Oh, no, I definitely don't want that one. That looks scary. It's amazing that of all those 10, you can't get one good shot of your face. And some, oh, there's the top of my head. Don't want that one. And let's see what number 10 looks like, if it's actually any good. Nope, not good. That has a phone number. That's not bad. I'm going to go back to that cinder block because if you are a bed bug detection dog handler, you kind of know, oops, number one didn't look horrible. That one doesn't look bad. So if I was going to use that one, or if I was using any, I'd probably use that one of me because I'm actually looking at the camera, not looking off to the right, and I'm going to use this one. So, and then the custom one is where you upload your own one. And then down here is where you tag your product, and then it automatically, if you want to see more from that thing. So you just hit save. And so in the training that we're going to do in the producers group, the private producers group, if you want to be in that, just go ahead and go to the top of the Facebook Live TV shows page, and the graphic is on there. Just click on that, and that'll get you access into the live producers group, where we're going to go into further detail in training on how to tag your product, how to create the product on your Facebook page so you can actually tag it and redirect it to whatever it is, the call to the either call to action that you have. In this case, what it is, it goes to a landing page, which then allows people to see the product and has a video for that particular training. That's in that post that I showed you earlier. All right, so those are some of the changes. Thanks for sticking with me as we kind of fumbled through that just a little bit to show you some stuff. But those are the things I'm talking about. In the replay, you can make so many changes, and if you're not making those changes, you're missing out on opportunity to at least get one more person or two people. Again, some of these changes that we talk about in regard to social media marketing is that in some cases you're getting emails from people, right, that say, get 15,000 more people liking your video, get 30,000 more people onto your email list, and that's all great. But what we're really looking for is for a couple people to buy, right? We would like a lot of people to buy, but let's start by tackling just getting somebody to buy something, right? So if you are new to this business of online marketing, to product creation, to people even coming to your restaurant based on what you're doing with social media, let's start by getting that one perfect customer into your restaurant, that one perfect customer in your dentist office. I was just at the dentist office speaking to the dentist there and consulting with him on how we're going to make him a celebrity in the dentistry market, right? And that is really the key, that they don't look at it like the celebrity, like the paparazzi is going to chase you. We're talking about that you are the person that everybody looks to as the person, as the dentist that everybody wants to go to, right? And so I'm there talking to him about how we're going to go about doing that, help him writing a book that goes to #1 bestseller, how to then use that book as a lead capture tool, a lead magnet of some sort, about how to get him on stage, maybe speaking at large groups in Orange County where his practice is, and that kind of stuff. And to him, just one more customer in his office could be thousands of dollars a year, right? Because you got to see him twice, right? There's going to be cavities. He does other things. He does cosmetic type of work in his practice in regard to teeth and whitening and that kind of stuff. So getting that one person from this social media first is the first goal, right? Then if you can get two, man, you've just doubled your income for that year from people that have decided to take you, to click on whatever it is that you're telling them to click on, that call to action, right? It could be 10. What if you got 10 and you're a dentist and you are charging that amount of money? Let's say that each customer that comes in is worth, let's just say $2,000, right? One is $2,000, two, $4,000. Three, do I need to go on, right? 6,000, 8,000, right? And as you begin to get 10 customers from a Facebook Live, right, that otherwise would not have heard about you or know about you or find out about you or, got into your lead capture sales funnel of some sort, that is what we are talking about. Hey, Martin Lopez, great background. Thank you. That is a green screen. This is not real. This is not actually there. I'm using a green screen. Just search the internet and find something that looks fantastic, and you can change it to that thing. And I'll show you how easy it is if I wanted to change that right now. Again, sorry, got distracted by somebody talking about the background. So if I want to change that to one of my other ones that I like, there it is. Now I'm blue. Now I got a blue background. All right, so very, very easy to do. And you can do that with a broadcast tool like Mimo Live. And I teach you how to do that in the Facebook Live Producers Group. I teach you how to do that in the Facebook Live Elite program, where we go through all these steps on how you do it. And that's one of the things that you want to get into, some type of training, so that you don't have to do all the experimentation that I had to do. It's taken me a few years. Now you got Jeff Adams, you got Molly Mahoney, who have been doing this kind of work for years to get to where they know what it is they're doing now. Right? That's why you want to follow them, because you follow them because you don't want to have to wait years. You want to start a show tomorrow. You want to show, how do I get a green screen on there that reflects who I am and my brand? How do I get the audio to sound good, which is the most important thing of video, right? How do I get my lighting right so that it's not so blurry? I want to teach something and I'm distracted by the blurriness of my video. How do I make that work? Right? You don't want to have to go and now find all the tools and experiment them and find out how you actually make that work. Some people did not know that there was a Logitech tool that helped you with your settings with your Logitech camera. They just thought you plug it in and it should automatically just begin to work. And it does, except for you can now have better control over the settings by downloading the proper app that allows you to control the camera, in addition to making the adjustments in your Mimo Live software. And let's go ahead and put marks in. So then you have your third-party applications like BeLive.tv, which allows you to put up into the lower third section somebody's comment, which allows them to have their logo present and their name out there as a person that's in this business, right? And people love that. And that's one of the things why you want to have BeLive.tv. How would somebody that's not in this industry know about that? They wouldn't. If I were to talk to that dentist today that I went to and said, yeah, you just use BeLive TV, you hook it up to your computer, you're going to want to possibly a broadcasting software like Mimo Live if you want to do green screen or share your screens and have a set of share screens settings available, so you can maybe show orthodontia and then teeth whitening and then what your office looks like and have that set up so you just click on the buttons and it'll just know which one to go to and set it up. If you want to learn all that, if you're a dentist and want to learn all that, then do it. Right? And that's going to take you a while because it took me a while. If you want somebody like myself, and I'm not sure the business that Martin Lopez is in, but I'm sure that it's probably something that has to do with this type of thing because he's in the BeLivers group, I'm pretty sure, then you want to go to somebody like us or Jeff Adams or Molly Mahoney if you want to be the prepared performer and know how to make sure that your voice is clear when you get started and not clear in your throat or have a frog in your throat, and how you're prepared to perform before you hit the button. Unlike me, who when I went to go, my green screen was jacked up and my other computer was on and the audio started while I was on Facebook Live. Right? You want to try not to have as many of those hiccups. Now, for me, some of those hiccups actually, of what I'm told, it endears me to my audience that is watching me, that I make mistakes even though I've been doing this for a little while. Now, at some point, I want to grow up and not make those mistakes. However, seeing those mistakes or those mistakes happen to me, I don't get thrown by them. I just use them as teaching points, right? And so it depends on where you're from. Some people are just worried enough just to get in front of a camera, right? the fear is holding them back. It's a wind that's blowing them back, and they're fighting against the storm. You want it to be at your back and blowing you forward. You want those fears to blow you forward and say, you know what, I'm going to get through this. It's going to be fantastic. The fear is actually fueling me to learn more. It's fueling me to get on the camera and get past this fear, right? It depends on how you look at it. The fear could be holding you back, or the fear can be pushing you forward. And what you want to do is reduce the fears that are going to cause you to be pushed back, right? The things you can't control. For me, the sound coming on, the green screen was like, oh, I can't wait to get on and talk about this. Where other people be like sweating, which I used to do, right? When things weren't working right, I used to sweat and be like, then I get on, I wouldn't know what to say because I'd be all flustered, and I couldn't talk, coherently, kind of like right now. And it was really bothersome to me. And so what you want to do is use these things, or use the tools and use the training that we give you, myself or Jeff or Molly, and there's others, Mark or John McCabe, that make it so that you don't have to go through as many of the hassles as we have, to teach you how to have a couple call to actions on your replay, how to change the thumbnail, right? And so you may not have known about that unless you watched some training video by one of us telling you that that's a possibility, that you can do that, and just creates a little bit more professionalism, helps you with your branding. If all your videos, your replays look the same, not the same, but similar in branding, but different in their of the title, perhaps, or maybe a color difference for different days, or whatever it is, whatever your style is, whatever your branding is, you want it to be reflected in your videos. The lower third that'll come right out here for my Zero to Hero School, blue is that particular color. For Falco Cannon Academy, red, white, and blue is that color. And so I use a red lower third because it goes better with the color scheme that I have in regard to Falco Cannon Academy. On this particular thing, which I can't see, normally I would have a picture-in-picture. Let me put up one here. I can't see it on my screen. You guys may be able to see it on the actual broadcast. It's a watermark that says Zero to Hero School, and it's square. Let me go ahead and put it up. But you're going to see that the blue actually is the same. Oops, that's kind of high. Right? The blue that's in my lower third is very similar to the blue because I've used the same, it's hex code for that coloration right there in the middle. So right, the blue here in the middle, it may not look like it is the same that's in my lower third, right? So it just makes it flow, makes it look good because you're staying connected and you're being true to your color scheme and your branding, and making sure that everything kind of fits on there. All right. And there you go. And so just make sure that you're utilizing your replays in a good fashion by customizing them a little bit after you're done. It only takes a second. Again, I'm going to teach you about that further in the Facebook Live Producers group in a video later on this evening. We're also going to talk about what you can do with your replay as far as repurposing it in YouTube, Vimeo, in a video blog and stuff like that. All right. And so I do have some training on that particular thing, how to download the video into from Facebook onto your computer so you can repurpose it. That training is also in the producers group. So if you're not part of this group, you're going to want to make sure and be on the Facebook Live TV show public page. Click on that, go to the pin post at the top. And when you get there, click on it, and that will begin the process of getting you inside the producers group. It's only $9.99 a month. You can quit anytime you want. I'm busy putting up a new trainer's course within that Facebook Live group. So a training course, not a trainer's course, a training course, so that you can just go step by step from concept of the Facebook Live TV, your Facebook Live TV show, to the equipment you're going to need, to some of the third-party applications that you need, and so on and so forth, down to what you're going to do with the replay to make sure that it works more for you in a positive manner once the replay is done, right? You want to kind of live on for a little bit, because I found that I may have 2 or 3 people and sometimes 10 people watching the live on my Facebook Live on the Falco Cannon Academy. I can have up to 300 people watching live, and then in the replay it goes up to 500 and sometimes 1,000 people that have seen the replay. The most I've got on a replay is 35,000 people viewing the replay. So when that kind of thing happens, do you want a better looking replay post? Yes. Do you want there to be calls of action on that replay post? Yes. Do you want them to see how they can learn more about you and who you are on that replay post? Yes. You can do that all if you just go in and take the time to fix whatever it is that needs to be, not fix, to make sure that everything's on there that needs to be on there by going in there and editing your post after you're done with it. All right. So I hope this has given you ideas. Again, join me later on this evening. We're going to be putting on, I think I have 2 videos planned. I'm going to have one recorded that I'm going to use my desktop and do a little bit better job of teaching you how to do this stuff. And then we'll come up live with another training on the inside that gives you a little bit more detail on how to do some of the stuff that we're talking about right now. All right. I hope this finds you well. Again, we have a Facebook Live going on at the Falco Canine Academy. If you're interested in dog training at all, we will be there live at 4:30 from Kreiser's Pet Dog Food Company. I'm pointing that way because literally it's over the wall from where I live and in the shopping center that's right behind us. So I'll be over there a little bit later on. And again, what we're going to be talking about, and what you'll see in that if you are a marketer and you're selling your services to help people market their business, how I go and use Falco Canine Academy and reach businesses and broadcast from there and have them join me. So I get to be part of their audience because they're going to share the replay, right? The live and the replay with their social group in their Facebook pages and Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So great strategy for getting in front of other people's audience. All right, that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Martin, for joining us, and the other people that I saw were on. And hope you enjoyed this and got a little bit out of it that's going to help you with your marketing. All right, take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye.